lost in the moment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My third eye open. I can see past the commotion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guy, you done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest. My third eye is open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guy, you done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest. My third eye is open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guy, you done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest.
Peace, 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 family. Shadow Work Sundays. You already know the vibes. Big healing energy. Hold on 1 second. Let me tap in. Can you hear me, bro?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Julio's screen is blacked out. So we're gonna have to bring him back in. But yeah, peace, family. Much gratitude for y'all tapping in. Give us 1 quick second. But this Sunday, we actually will be speaking about Immortal Kombat. And as you can tell, we have a special guest, the young guy, very potent, very powerful, Ak Khalil. So much gratitude to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying, for tapping in with us.
Yeah.
I
man, I'm grateful to be here, man. We finna get some great uploads in because this is a topic and a situation we deal with a lot, but we don't really know how to deal with because we don't know how to pay attention to the signs and stay aware.
Right. No, I say, no, that's real. So we finna tap in. Much gratitude to the family. Peace, Mama is in the building. Peace, Logical. We got big energy in the building, and like I said, today we're gonna tap in. We're really just waiting on Julio to get logged back in. But until then, actually, let's go ahead and
yes, man. Like I said,
I'll tap in, family. You good?
Oh yeah. Everybody just get comfortable in the chat and keep an open mind. You know what I'm saying? And really pay attention to what we're talking about as far as this Immortal Kombat and how it you did.
Much gratitude, family. You know, sorry for the inconvenience. You know how the technical difficulties go. You know, I love y'all. Much gratitude.
Yeah, man. Somebody commented that when I was on TikTok, man. Oh no, that's funny, man.
Hey, man, you know, big energy. That's what we're here for, you know what I mean? But Soul Tribe energy, you know what I'm saying? So as family said, get comfortable, you know what I mean? You know the vibes. You know, my apologies for my voice. It's a little different. I had some personal things going on in my family. Actually, I'm just speaking with y'all because we tried, but after we had the episode about God stop killing gods, my little cousin was actually murdered. I went to Texas, and it happened like the day that I went. So I just got back. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, apologies for my vocals, but it's up. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about the Immortal Kombat.
Yes, man.
So we got Julio back tapped in. So let's go ahead and
just kick it back out.
Yeah, kicked him back out, bro. You know what we're gonna do? We weren't gonna play the song. Yes, gonna play the song. You know, we're gonna play at the end of the show. But so me and Kyle are actually working on a project right now, a mixtape, 223, dropping on January 1st, you know what I'm saying, the first day of 2023. So everybody wanna talk about, you know, killing and gang violence and all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So the name of the project, like I said, is actually 223. And check this out. I'm gonna show y'all the artwork, and then we're gonna get into the record. We're gonna start the episode off with the record. So this is the artwork, you know what I'm saying, done by, you know what I'm saying, Khalil, going hard, you know what I'm saying. As you can see, that's a 223.
Definitely with a little bit of flavor seasoning on it from you too, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, now as you can see, that is a 223 with a crystal on top. You know, so that's the energy that we on. So let's go ahead and tap in on this record. This record is called this record is called Can't. I would say you should explain it, but you explained it in the record. So let's get it.
Yeah. And definitely pay attention to we can't say both.
Hey, man, they say we can't say it's Ka. Hey. I can't even be mad, it's too soon, so I just play it cool. When you incarnate in this realm, they gon' program you with rules. They say we can't say can't, but do they know that can't is a tool? It's just like cats and spells, can't me chant and sing it in tune. So I'm life, so I'm a can't every day, enchant life every day. I peep shadows all around me, they just watch and keep me safe. I've been doubling back, running from my fears, running towards things just to keep me comfortable. I just been looking over my right shoulder, just like when they went and locked up Dr. Huxtable. My shadow work been showing me that the demons in me really be helping me cause they trustable. Unlike the bright lights that will lead you astray. Why you think when the bugs fly to the lamp, it'll kill them right away? On my path I realize I realize I'm seeing right past the fake. People tell you what you should do in your own lane, when you in your purpose. If it do not align, trust me, do not do it cause it's not even worth it. When you walking through the valley of death, feel no evil when you better affirm it. If you watch the door starting, see the heart the key, just go ahead and turn it. Sometimes the death of vibe, people poison my blood just like a water furnace. If you need to transmute your traumas, write it down, then spark a lighter burn it. Patience can help you open doors by being still while you use your discernment. When you balance out self, you hit a gold tanks, how your energy merging. All times I feel life is meant for me, but at times it really seems like everything is all against me. All of your love is not meant for me. Self-love teaches how it's real to love your enemy. Your dark half can lead you to the light of all epiphanies. That's only if you listen to the call that was sent to thee. They say that we can't, but we know can't means to chant and sing, to feel serene and insane right before the darkness cling.
Walking in greatness as the ground shakes. Seeds can only grow in good foundation. Life used to be crazy, I made it amazing. Keep leveling up, I'm passing the stages. You seek in my failure, I stand in the rain with no umbrella. Stronger than ever, I merge with God and kill a devil. I testify, still having flashbacks, so when Lil I could die. You don't know what I survived. Leo born in the fire. God.
All times I feel life is meant for me, but at times it really seems like everything is all against me. All of your love is not meant for me. Self-love teaches how it's real to love your enemies. Your dark half can lead you to the light of all epiphanies. That's only if you listen to the call that was sent to thee. They say that we can't, but we know can't means to chant and sing, to feel serene and insane right before
as
the
I
darkness
travel
cling.
through the cosmos with my eyes closed, ask myself where do time go? Hell if I know. I'm outside the time zone, I'm so mind blown. See myself a God form, gotta keep going. Pain and feeling it hurt, another God on the shirt, pushing for 40 hurt, killing us through the hurt. In the frequency war, they only seek to destroy. Keep on vibing with source, 432 in my voice. And don't forget you said I can't.
Yeah. And that's the vibes we on, you know what I'm saying? 223.
Y'all spaz, man.
You know.
Y'all spaz.
So let's get right,
Definitely
family.
powerful for sure.
That
I
artwork is
say,
too crazy too, man. That
I
the
say,
223 with
Gratitude,
the
gratitude,
amethyst, crazy.
much gratitude, family.
gratitude.
You know, and what's deep about that record is that obviously I just told you what happened. When I listen to the verse, you know, the pain I'm feeling, it hurt. Another God on the shirt. They pushing 440, it hurts. Killing us through the hurts. Come on, man. You know,
Mm.
so that's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like this Immortal Combat is multidimensional. So it's within as well as it is in dealing with your external, dealing with the outer things, the world that they are trying to create for us, as we're fighting to create our own reality. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yes, sir, that's a fact.
Exactly.
So
And you
that's
seen
we
it,
can play
and
the
nature shows that a lot for real.
I say,
Mm.
I say. So I'm let's get to the heart chakra with singing bowl, and I was waiting on Julio. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do it without you, bro.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I thought I
Yeah,
missed it. That's
Nah,
clutch.
man, how you going? Nah, we can't,
yeah.
I thought
we
I
can't do
missed
that.
it. I try to play it in my head. You feel me? Get it get tuned
Exactly.
intrinsically. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
For real, for sure, which is possible.
yeah.
And so get comfortable, family. You know what I'm saying? The meditative state, whatever you want to do. If you want to do some breath work, if you just want to close your eyes, if you just, whatever it is that you want to do, to connect, you know, with the energy, with the frequency. I say,
Shit, shit, shit.
I say. Yeah, much gratitude again, family, for the family that's here, and much gratitude to Kai, man. You know what I'm saying? Very powerful. I just want to show gratitude to you, like I said a few episodes ago. Drink Champs gives the flowers for certain things of people being legendary for what they do in certain lights. Well, we like to give the flowers to the healers and to the those beings that are putting in that work, because to put in the work on live and do the things that you do for the people, you got to put in the work behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
so much gratitude to you, family. Um,
And definitely
those that
much
don't know
gratitude,
him,
man. Like,
he's a very pure, intelligent, intellectual being.
And you know, before Kai starts speaking, I'll say as well, this has become one of my favorite young brothers that we've met and even had on the platform. You know, really
That's
doing
it.
this thing on the social media tip, really spreading this information, really spreading this importance of the knowledge itself. You know, so yeah, we
That's
appreciate you,
it.
having you, my guy. It's a pleasure.
yeah, I'm great. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be on this platform, man. Like, oh, even though we all be doing around the same thing, out to people like y'all. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all help me to be more of what I be within myself. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm definitely grateful to be here,
I
and
say,
definitely grateful to be helping everybody. That's a part of this tribe too, is seeing and get on this frequency and wavelength as well.
I
I
say.
say. I say.
Yeah, man.
So let's go ahead and tap in. So the name of this episode is Immortal Combat. So let's tap in with the definition and the etymology.
I feel like it's a lot of people, you know, wondering like, what do they mean in Mortal Kombat? We haven't really
No,
given too much, you know,
no,
context or background. So, like, what do they mean? Immortal
Exactly.
Kombat.
So that's what, you know what I'm saying. So
Facts.
podcast, not podcast. You know what
Right.
I'm saying. So
Facts.
that is where we at with it right now.
Hopefully, we got
Actually,
some people on the edge of their seat a little bit, waiting for this revelation of the topic. Let's
you
get
know,
it.
and then the
Facts.
spirit gonna move. It's up.
Right. So we're gonna get into it first with the definition of combat, which is simply defined as fighting between armed forces. So fighting between armed forces for combat.
Fighting, armed forces.
Yup.
Deep.
They
What
got
That's
they got
deep.
their guns ready.
what do they call nature?
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? A force of nature.
And just because we're talking
Mhm.
about armed
Mhm.
forces, some people might think about firearms and things of that nature, but
Exactly.
armed forces, it could be some armed interdimensional forces. You feel me? So yeah, let's keep that in
Yes.
Well, to me, I hear it
And
as
then
armed energy.
mind.
yes. And then you also have to think of armed in general. You dig what I'm saying? When I think of armed forces, I literally think of arms linked. You dig? So these forces
Ooh,
that are
yeah.
armed against
Come
you
on now.
are constantly linked together. Y'all can't separate.
Come on
So
now.
in order
And
for y'all to stay strong and linked as a chain, y'all have to get in unison.
And you say arm's length, so that means they close too. They in close proximity.
Exactly.
And that's powerful.
I'm getting into
Say.
etymology. It didn't switch it, did it?
No, it's
Okay, I wanted to make sure it wasn't on mine. That's all.
no, it's tweaking. But
Yeah.
you know how we do. We're gonna keep it rocking. It's gonna come up right now.
But
I guess not. I'm gonna read it I'm gonna have to just read it. Matter of fact. So the etymology is to fight, to struggle, to contend, to combat. You know what I'm saying? So to fight, to struggle, or to contend. I think it's deep when you say to struggle. Because we're gonna get into the point of the episode where we're gonna talk about, like I said in the promo video, it's not to go to war with self. It's actually to create a partnership. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, we're gonna get rid of that combat, that struggle. You know what I'm saying? So then we got immortal.
Facts.
So immortal is defined as living forever, never dying or decaying. So living forever,
Right.
never dying or decaying. So that's the nature of our,
And
Go ahead, brother.
and then also to keep that in also an aligned state, when you have immortal, you say it slow with a little bit of slur, you have I'm moral. You know what I'm saying? I'm moral. So
Ooh, okay.
Talk about it.
also keep in mind when you're combating or not combating, when you're in that flow, you're in that dance with the ego and the higher self. Y'all both have y'all own morals, which is why the ego and the higher self be clashing all the time. So y'all have to find out how to come into unison with what y'all both are standing and rooted in within your different realities. You dig what I'm saying? As far as in the higher self.
That's it.
And that's that, when we talking about what you just spoke on, we talking about, having our higher parts rooted in these lower dimensions, so like in the spiritual community, we try to put an importance on the high dimensions, and the other rail, should I say, but at the end of the day, we're still rooted here in this third dimension, so you really have to make sure you stay grounded, even though we're in the higher dimensions with it. We have to root our everyday lives, into this energy. This gonna be I feel like this gonna be a deep topic because this being Shadow Work Sundays, we're talking about Immortal Kombat kind of every time we come on the platform, because when you're engaging in that shadow work, you really engaging in that battle with self. There's no outside enemies. There's only that enemy within. And I like to play on the word devil, because the devil, or whatever you want to call it, is kind of emphasized in certain religious traditions, but you can kind of play on the word devil with devil or double, or doppelganger, right? You have your higher self, and then you have your lower self and your lowest nature. The only devil that you're facing is that lower animalistic nature. At the end of the day, you know, so all of our tests, all of our trials and tribulations are kind of fueled by this devil or double of ourselves that's, you know, more so rooted in ego and things of that nature. So this is gonna be a powerful episode because I feel like this is the nature of shadow work. You know, you're constantly engaging in a Mortal Kombat with yourself.
I'm grateful that you brought up that word devil. Real quick, I'm grateful that you brought up that word devil because that's a harmonized word in itself. Like if you take devil and just flip it over on the other side, you have live. So you see how both of those energies, both of those words feed off of each other in order to be in existence. So they both have to be in unison to be what they are. And know that when they're flipped on the other side, there's something completely different than what they was when it was flipped on the original side.
Yes, sir.
But also still the same thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that's so powerful. So you know what? We talked about doing this, and I didn't get a chance to do it, and now I'm like, no, I'm gonna just show my screen and show it. And so check this out real quick, because you know what we've been doing. We have a video at the beginning of every show, but I'm gonna go and tap in over here. Check this out. Fight. So this is literally what we are doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? Until we're trying to bring balance, but instead we just fighting. It's us against us. It's one part of ourselves that's stubborn as hell and ain't gonna let go. And we got, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get in that ring. We gotta put in that work. You know what I'm saying? You see Jax is a neuromelanated being. You know what I'm saying? It's Jax versus Jax in that fight. You know, but what's deep is that ain't nobody having no remorse. He not fighting him like it's not him.
It's blow for blow.
Oh, he going hard. You know what I'm saying? And what's so deep about it is that when we say immortal combat, because we don't die. As we all know, energy never dies. You know what I'm saying? And so we are many forms of energy. If you break us down, you know, in a scientific aspect, that's why they still researching us. So when we talk about healing, that is a multi-dimensional thing. You're talking about healing generational curses and healing past trauma and healing, you know, the things that your mother went through, that your father went through, that their grandmothers went through, to make sure that your children don't go through that. You see what I'm saying? That all starts within, but it's also something where you have to die. See, I'm in a place where earlier I was just kind of just tapping in a little bit when I had time, trying to just cook up some notes and really just tapping with the spirit. And what I got was immortal transformation. And so it's like, what is immortal transformation? So it's like the situation that I was in, you know, because I was talking to Kai earlier on the phone about, just with my visit to Texas and with my cousin, just how I feel. But I was like, bro, I have a fire inside, bro. Like I'm broken, I'm hurting, but I have a fire. Like I'm equipped, and that is the immortal combat. I had to die to become something else. Right now, a part of me is dying so that another part of me is birthed out through this situation. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore we are immortal because we die every day. If we're doing that shadow work, if we're having those deep reflections, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said immortal combat should equal to immortal transformation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Immortal transformation, immortal transmutation, definitely.
Yo,
especially
when you said it, oh, go ahead, brother, my bad.
I love that you played that, you know what I'm saying? That just took me back all the way to my inner child. You dig what I'm saying? But just in the aspect of that's literally how you are fighting yourself every single day. And you don't really realize it. Like you said, it's blow for blow, punch for punch, kick for kick. Sometimes somebody might have a machete knife out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
y'all ego don't care. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That machete knife might be a something somebody else said to you the other day, and your ego back and made you think about it all day long. You dig what I'm saying? These constant
battles like deep
that we're going through. So it's necessary that you do go through these battles, and it's necessary that you do allow for, in a sense, your ego and your higher self to beat each other up and kill each other. You dig what I'm saying? Because it allows it allows for the stimulation of that energy to be way more powerful for the next to step forth and become more than what it was. Because the aspect of yourself is not dying. It's just transmuted into a more energetic, receptive like form so that the other can absorb it and create something new out of it. This is what the higher self is, or what the infinite self is. You dig what I like to call the infinite self.
Yeah. I'll say.
Yes, sir.
I say.
Yep. And this is and this is you know, I feel like this type of combat is something that we've been doing for what you would consider lifetimes. You know, this is not only Immortal combat, but it's eternal combat. You know, I feel like we're gonna be doing this, you know, for a long time, constantly. No matter what level we're at, we're constantly gonna be fighting against the self. You know, that's the only opposition that we face every day. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, I can't quote the saying directly, but it's you know, once you defeat the enemy within, the enemies without disappear. You know, so it's like you might be fighting a lot of fights in your life. You know, they might seem like they're like that they span across a number of different territories, like relationships, finances, etc. But at the end of the day, the fight to be fought is the fight with self. Because once you figure out what the battles that are left with self that are causing these others, you know, obstacles and battles outside of yourself, it's a game changer. It's a major game changer.
See, I look at it like this, right? So, you know, I say this all the time. We talk about the game. Think about Mortal Kombat, that's a game. So imagine if Mortal Kombat had cheat codes. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're on the path of unlocking the cheat codes. You know, it's like sacred geometry everywhere. And our goal is to figure out the formula or the you know what I'm saying, like the code, to decode the code.
Yes.
Speaking of codes, it's deep you speak on codes in Mortal Kombat, because there's no codes in Mortal Kombat, but I know both of y'all have played Mortal Kombat. So you can pause and you can go to the moves list, you know, where you can, and only real video gamers is gonna know about this. But like when it comes to games like Mortal Kombat, I have what was called button mashers. So you might play your cousin or your brother, you know most of the moves, but they just mashing buttons all at once. You know, so like you can go to that moves list and kind of get the breakdown on exactly what you can do. And I felt like, you know, that's what we're doing in real time, you know, and I know, you know, us three for sure, but also people, you know, watching on the platform, we're constantly referring to this spiritual material. We're referring to ancient texts. We're reading these books and these PDFs, and we're constantly looking at, okay, what moves can I use, or what techniques, you know, can I utilize in this battle that I'm having with self? You know, so I think that's deep, because we're constantly picking up new information, you know, some of us very intentionally, to arm ourselves in this battle against ourselves, you know. So I think that's deep. That's a deep little correlation to the actual game aspect of Mortal Kombat. You know, we're constantly trying to figure out what we can do a little bit better. You know, what chakra you might be able to get into to heal your trauma, or, you know, what mudra you might be able to hit, you know, to access different energies. So this is, like you said, this is a game.
Like, even when you look at facts, even when you look at it in that aspect, when you do call it a game, right? I know all of us, when we used to play the game when we was little, we always wished for that game that we could do anything in. I'm talking about anything goes. We just want to go in the game and do whatever we want. We want to just build it and make it, you know what I'm saying? We want that type of thing. Well, when you realize that this life that we're in is a game, right? It's a matrix, right? You're inside of a matrix because you're inside of a whole nother holographic universe, which is called a body. You're able to understand that when you are going and trying to figure out what to do to heal these situations, act in the same aspect as you was when you was wishing for that game to where you could do anything you want. That game is what you have. The consciousness. It's called your void. It's called your meditative state. In this place, you can literally handle any situation in any way, shape, form you see fit. You in any type of energy aspect, whatever the case may be. You could take a flower and blow it into the sky, and you know what I'm saying, make it a billion particles of light, and have it rain down on everybody, and everybody out in there vibrating efficiently. You know what I'm saying? When you're able to tap into yourself in that imaginative aspect, when you're going through those dance-like motions or those combative-like motions, the ego and the higher self, then you're really able to see if you can pinpoint and really get precise on transmute the energy with your ego, just like how your ego gets real pinpoint with those situations and study those situations. You remember what Sharika said last week about them shoes you had on? You dig what I'm saying? You're able to sit down in a dualistic nature with the inner child and really sit there and see, he was talking about the shoes. Let's see what happened if he got no feet. You dig what I'm saying? And really be able to create something that playful. You know what I'm saying? And really show your ego that you ain't the only one that got power. I do too.
Exactly. So you know what? So the spirit is cold and divine. We're gonna replace divine time. You know, I'm all about the real shift. You know, so I think stuff be get like certain words and certain terms be getting overused, but if we really break them down, they really don't make sense. So we say divine timing. You know, we live outside of time. So forget divine timing. We're gonna talk about divine movement. And so, you know what I'm saying? So what just happened was divine movement, which you just spoke on, because I had a note that I want to speak on, and you just broke it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm talking about so I'm going to add to what you're saying with your shadow is as infinite as your higher self.
Ooh.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we focus so much on our higher self, because we feel like we've been in the shadows. Yeah, you've been in the shadows, but you ain't been with your shadow.
Yeah, you want to hear something deep that you just reminded me about that I've kind of not necessarily been wrestling with, but that's been on my mind that I peeped from a piece of content. They were going through the dimensions, you know, and we talk about that loosely a lot in the spiritual community about things being interdimensional, you know, and the nature of dimensions, right? So in this piece of content, dude was saying that when we're talking about dimensions, it's kind of like having like one thing, you know, when referring to creation, and you're kind of just turning it and looking at it from different aspects, you know, because when we talk about dimensions, we talk about it as realms a lot, like it's like some separate place, you know, but all these dimensions are technically here, kind of intermingle with us. But dude mentioned something interesting. He said that, you know, most of us know the only numbers in existence are 1 through 9, right? Everything beyond that is just a combination of 1 through 9. So, you know, we can get into a lot with there being a large number of dimensions, but simply put, you know, there can be they're said to be about 9 dimensions. But dude mentioned that the only way to access the 9th dimension is through the 3rd and the 6th, meaning that you are either using the 3rd through your experiences and being rooted in the 3rd to access that highest level, or you're using the 6th dimension, you know, which is obviously that frequency of love, compassion, et cetera, to access these higher dimensions. So like, it's like a lot of the times in the spiritual community, we so fixated and focus on, okay, I want to get to 5D or 6D and this, that, and the 3rd. But when the dude mentioned that the 3rd dimension is a major gateway to that 9th dimension because of how we can alchemize our experiences and that fight with self.
Me and Kyle literally had this conversation, bro.
Oh, so this is divine. That's crazy.
Maybe like a week and a half ago. We was talking about how like 3D really has this benefits and this perks.
And then think of the but think of the element of 3, 6, and 9. You know, and as Nikola Tesla said,
exactly.
If you understand 3, 6, and 9, you have a key to the universe. So it's like, it's kind of like one of those things where, like, man, that just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? From the 3rd and the 6th dimension is how you transcend to the maximum of dimensions.
Facts.
Yeah.
Now I want to touch on that a little bit too, because I know some people really don't know what they mean when they say 3, 6, and 9 and how to equate it. Like they know 3, 6, and 9 are all divisible of each other. They all can add up to each other and things like that, but they don't have a visual aid. Don't have a visual aid. You dig what I'm saying? The best visual aid, non-etheric here. You dig what I'm saying? Especially when they look like this, right? You see a 3, 6, and 9 all in this pattern right here.
I say.
all in one pattern. You dig what I'm saying? So you see how it's all still interconnected with itself. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep. I'm about to say 369.
If you pull a plant out the root,
Facts.
you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm about to say in the last, on the 369, if you really get into we know about that Nikola Tesla quote, but if you do some digging on why he felt that way, long story short, it comes down to Nikola Tesla believing that 3, 6, and 9 were the three numbers. If we're talking about this being a matrix, those three numbers specifically exist outside of space and time, and the intersection between those three numbers are what pulls things from being non-manifest to being manifest. So 3, 6, and 9 is that bridge or that gateway from things that are unmanifest and just limitless potential into the world of form and being manifest. So 3, 6, 9 is a major gateway in and of itself. But like when you're talking about, applying that same logic and that same mentality to the dimensional scale, that's a mind blower, to be honest.
But guess what? Everything that you just said, to alchemize the information, just think about it and know it, and just know that, like Ka said, that is you. That 3, 6, 9 is you. So these divine portals and gateways, they are actually you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I can relate a personal story real quick. It's crazy because I spent a lot of time in my past working in like restaurants. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. One restaurant I worked in particular, they had like these mini burgers, but they sold them in denominations of 3, 6, and 9. So every day, all the employees walked around in T-shirts that just said 3, 6, 9. Back then, I was a little privy to the idea of 3, 6, 9, but I wasn't fully aware. So man, it's crazy. From this one job I had years ago, I'm connected with so many people from that job that we're like closely interrelated with, that I'm closely interrelated to, like in a spiritual way, but also a physical way. But it's like, even in a microcosm, that aspect of 3, 6, and 9, as above, so below. But even in a small physical aspect, like a job, I could see that 3, 6, 9 play out, where I thought it was just a very small speck of time, me spending somewhere at a job. I ended up connecting with a lot of people and building a lot of relationships and different. Even one of my businesses was with somebody I worked with at that spot. So it's just crazy to see, even on a microcosmic level, that 3, 6, 9 have such a crazy effect.
And so I want to transition back to the game, because Kai said something earlier about the holographic universe and this projection that we are actually projecting out to each other every day. So me and my goddess went to a like a VR. I don't even rock with VR. Never have hated, truthfully, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But my bro showed me this. I was like, this is lit. And basically, you're inside the game. So you put on this VR headset. They put on certain things, these sensors and different things, and you are in the game. You know what I'm saying? And so we in this game. We in this world. We're in another world. You see what I'm saying? And it's real. And you got all this type of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? And what's deep about it was zombies and all type of stuff like that. So and you know what I'm saying, we going hard, you know what I'm saying? We all and what's so deep about it, right? At the beginning of the game, it was 3 of us. We had to pick different weapons. And it was so deep about it is that we all couldn't have the same weapons. There was only one of each weapon. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got a submachine gun, somebody got a rifle, somebody got 2 handguns. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not equipped with the same weapons. You feel me? In this holographic game. You know what I'm saying? And so we in the game, and we have to work together. And so if a person get killed or die in the game, the person, one of them or both of the people got to put their hand on their shoulder to rejuvenate them. You see what I'm saying? And I've never thought about this in this way till right now, but it's like, that's the collective, that's the tribe. You know what I'm saying? As we in this holographic game, in this system, we at war with zombies. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it takes for us to connect that infinity link for us to actually, live forever, to become immortal.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, and truthfully, like I said, Kyle, you really brought this download up on me with what you were saying. Because I was like, yo, that's yeah, I could see it. I was just in this holographic game. You feel me?
Okay.
Like obviously, you know, I could see it like, and what's so deep about it is whenever they turned the lights off and everything, like where everything like took the VR headsets and everything, it was just a room, bro.
But you know that's deep because that's really deep because I have thoughts about this often, like visions of this, man. It's like just like what you said. You know, I feel like the third dimension is like a VR for our soul because, you know, we put on the headset, which is the human body, and we're so wrapped up in the sensory information that we're getting. You know, we got 5 senses, so we're constantly getting hit with some type of sensory information, and it gets, you know, eventually we so inundated in the game and so involved in the game, we forget it's a game until we take the headset off and we look around and we've been in a room the whole time spiritually, you know, and it's like, I feel like that's like really reminiscent of exactly what we're doing here, where, you know, we're fighting these enemies that seem very real. You know, but when they turn on the lights, we realize it's just us there. You know, it's just us in a headset or us in a body. So that's deep.
Facts. And also, like we do have to realize too that we're non-Ethereum chaos beings. So that's how any aspect of operate as non-etheric chaos beings. So is so rah sometimes, or so hypocritical, or so aggressive, or whatever the case may be, because it's purely tapping into that chaos energy. And this is why it's imperative to connect the dots with your neurons in the different cells and different realms and realities and things like that exist inside of you, because most of the time it's not just ego, right? It's other aspects of you that are beginning to activate, getting on your ass. You're not taking the initiative to make the connection within yourself with them. So they're going to challenge your ego too. You dig what I'm saying? For example, you may be going on throughout your day and you're hungry and you know you've been trying to change your diet into a liquid, and you stop and you roll past a Popeyes and that smells good. You know, a little fry won't hurt. You get all the way up into the drive-through. Now you got 12-piece bucket chicken, rice and beans and everything. You dig what I'm saying? Then yourself will come to your ego like you know you ain't supposed to be eating that. How you gonna channel this energy, this powerful deity, this powerful, you know what I'm saying, primordial force to come forth and help activate you and push you to the next level if you can't even be disciplined within your holographic reality? You know what I'm saying? And stop putting in this holographic food, which is messing up your own binary code and the algorithm. So a tip for y'all to help connect the dots within yourself, connect the dots between the communication, you know what I'm saying, the different round-to-round communication that's going on inside of you. Get some pieces of paper, get a bunch of dots randomly, close your eyes and randomly put dots on that piece of paper and begin to randomly connect the dots on the piece of paper, because then what will happen is your subconscious mind, the same way as if you're taking psilocybin or the same way you're going through ayahuasca ceremonies, what case may be, you're going to begin to create new pathways within yourself, because now you're constantly doing it inside of yourself in a childlike, free, imaginative way. And this is how your nervous system expands in a free way to touch different aspects of yourself, different aspects of your body, to tap into different energies. You dig what I'm saying? So it's a very imperative to bring that ego and that infinite self into unison, so that the other egos and infinite self of all the other aspects of yourself can bring itself into unison as well, and then all collectively steer this avatar, or what we call the body, in unison. This is when we begin to activate those superpowers and things like that we're talking about. When we stop fighting with one another and saying you ain't got enough strength or you ain't got enough strength, and start saying, let's combine both of our strengths and see what we can do. Yeah.
And truthfully, this is everything that you just broke down, or that you just sent up, is this is the process that we have to go through, like, naturally, to evolve, to elevate. You know what I'm saying? And what was I finna say? Oh yeah, so everything that you just spoke on has to be done to be able to channel the energy the correct way. to really alchemize, situations. Because right now I'm alchemizing energy, and what's so powerful about that is that is the process of death and rebirth. That is the process of see, what happens is that we get too detached with the enemy of ourselves. So your shadow is not an enemy, but your shadow does have a certain part of its ego where it only has a mission to destroy you. So you actually have to really connect. That's why when you talk about the imagination and these things you talk about, this is inner child work. That's why I said last episode, the key, one of the solutions is us as neuromelanated men and women and goddess and gods to connect with our inner child. Because you can't, I don't believe that you can heal yourself on a quantum level without your inner child. Because the inner child is the key to being fearless. Your imagination, the inner child sees no limits. The inner child is still living there. Like you said, the inner child never left the quantum realm. Inner child got broken and hurt, but the inner child always lived there.
Yep.
You just wasn't aware because trauma blocked what you could see. See what I'm saying? And so we are honestly, that everything that Kyle just said, those are the codes. Once again, we gotta look at this as, we'll say, the matrix. But when you look at the matrix, you gotta look at it as a whole bunch of different frequency traps. So you unlock this frequency, then you're still trapped. It's like you're in a world of dimensions, and you can see all these different dimensions. It's kind of like a glass building with 1 million rooms, and you can see through all of them. And you got to keep unlocking these different things to get in these different rooms until you reach every room. You know what I'm saying? Some rooms got something in there for you. Some rooms you got to fight yourself. Some rooms you might get a reward. That is the process, and that is how we alchemize, and that is how we elevate, and that is how we become immortal beings. You know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not really here to sugarcoat it. The only way that we actually become immortal beings when it comes to like this physical body, transcending and us going to higher realms is doing this. Because if not, then you will come back here as if you are a mortal being. We will come back here as if we are a mortal being. You know what I mean?
It's never been a better song.
Powerful that you even spoke on that. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I had this experience to where I experienced that level upon level type of thing. You dig what I'm saying? And it's really like when you experience these things, or when you're looking at these different dimensions, the best way to really equate it is like a kaleidoscope. You dig what I'm saying? You're able to really look and see all the different spectrums and fractalities and things like that. So I utilize that within myself, but instead of me pointing it upwards to the higher refiner energy, you dig what I'm saying? I pointed it downward to the lower, you know what I'm saying? And still high vibrational energies. Don't get that twisted. When you're talking about low vibrational, not in the sense of how people think it is, because it's still on the same exact spectrum of vibration. This will be high vibration, this will be low vibration. But if I didn't tell you each one was high vibration or low vibration, you would look at the whole thing as just vibration. They both have their abilities and their aspects. You dig what I'm saying? Which I'm gonna go into. So in this experience, I was in meditation. This being came forth and told me to go on to my underworld. First thing that came to my head was the movie scene in Get Out, when she got him in that hypnotic state, and then she said sink, and he fell into nothingness like this. I start falling into myself like that. I'm like, bro, what is this? And then I hit the bottom. And then in the bottom, I can't see nothing. It's complete black. You dig what I'm saying? But I can see me though. You know what I'm saying? It's like a spotlight on me. And so I get there and I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Myself. So I did the same thing I did to get into that meditation. I meditated inside my meditation. So as I get to this place, this lower place where I started meditating within my meditation. And I started hearing vicious dog barkings. So when we wasn't privy to this esoteric information and things like that, people would hear dog barking. Like I know my sister, she told me when she was young, She would hear a vicious dog barking. And when you go look it up and say that means a demon or something like that. But that's not where my conscience went, because I wasn't tapping into that state of fear. I was tapping into the curiosity state. How come? Because I went lower into myself. Why am I hearing this? I didn't allow my ego to get in my head and say, oh, run away, something about to get you. I said, ego, come on. I want to tap into your energy. Let's see what this is. My ego said, yeah, let's see what this is. I want to see who's working at me too. You dig what I'm saying? So as I sat there and I meditated, I opened my eyes and I seen red eyes staring at me. I'm like, bro, what is this? Right? So again, I didn't tap into the state of fear, but what I did was I popped back into my meditation, and I don't know why I did this, but the first thing I did was I made some energetic spiritual dog biscuits. That's the first thing I did. I made 3 big old dog biscuits, and then I got up and then I went over to these big cubes. I'm talking about they was big, like on Thor Ragnarok when she was riding that big wolf. And I think they was with red eyes. And I walked up to them and I just put my hand out. You know what I'm saying? I put my hand out and I touched each of their head and I gave them a biscuit. They ate the biscuit and then transformed into regular sized wolves, and then like they merged inside of me. And then I heard the voice said, now go deeper. You see what I'm saying?
Man, that's
so it's
crazy.
levels to this. When you sit there,
I ain't gonna
you're
lie
not,
to you,
and you're
bro.
able to really
Say, fam, I gotta tell you this real quick, because the synchronicities of life and how things working. The name of this instrumental that I'm playing in the back right now is Wolves.
Yeah, that's crazy.
wow.
That's crazy.
I see.
I'm just saying.
It's crazy, but it's not crazy because you know how this shit goes.
Yeah, I was like, yo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, say Wolves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I say.
that's wild, man. That's a crazy experience, bro.
Yes.
That's deep.
Much gratitude, first of all, to you for sharing it with us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So that's why I said, like, it's very imperative when you're dealing with the ego is to keep that in mind. Like, all you have to do is use reverse psychology on your ego. You know what I'm saying? It's intelligent, but it's also like a child. It throws temper tantrums. It gets mad. It throws hissy fits. So, you know what I'm saying? Utilize that against it. You dig what I'm saying? And then, like I said, going in with, like God said, tapping in with your inner child. You won't be able to do that if you don't even know how your own inner child acts, how you used to act as a child. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, it's not rocket science to really get into flow with the dance of your ego and your higher self, your infinite self. It's really just solely based up to you and how you want to do it in a creative way that you works, not that you believe works, or not that you heard somebody do this meditation, your ego gonna have an ego death. No, do what you know works. You dig what I'm saying? And then also realize what you go through is because you can alchemize it, you can transmute it. So your ego is gonna your ego is gonna bring forth situations. Spirit is gonna bring forth situations so that you can go head to head with your ego, and so that you can sit there afterwards and be like, man, we shouldn't have been fighting. Sit there and transmute and alchemize the energy.
And the deep part of I was gonna say real quick, piggyback on what Kai said, the deep part about it is it's you that set up the lessons in the first place. You know, it's our higher selves that like set up these lessons. So it's like, yeah, it's deep. Go ahead, Ken.
I'm trying to remember, man. I had it.
My bad. Oh, my fault, bro. My bad. I derailed the thought train.
It was deep too.
But while you get it back, and I'm gonna say, because I don't know if y'all ever watched the show called Divergent.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's funny. So the scene, man, and I haven't seen it in so long, so I can't even remember the character names. But Kai, exactly what you described, both of y'all probably remember better than me. There's a scene where the main girl is like going through this test where they can see what's going on in her head. And she's like in front of all these people. But she has to utilize, I think it was like compassion, and like the dog is like coming at her, and she just like, yeah, bruh. So when you said that, man, the dog's coming at her, and she immediately sinks into that place of surrender, and she just like bows her head, and the dog is like gone, you know. And there was something I seen somewhere else where this dude is matter of fact, it's have y'all seen Sandman on Netflix or tapped into?
I never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's crazy with the visuals, but the main dude is going through this same type of mental ordeal, and there's a serpent coming at him, you know, and instead of shrinking away from it, he opens his coat and he absorbs it and closes his coat. So it's like
exactly. Like that, bro.
Yeah, so
like they like all of these shows really show. Go ahead. My fault.
No. That was really just it, to be honest, to relate it to that, because it's like that aspect of like you have to go inward and however you see it with your visualizations. The mind is very potent and very creative, so it might set these, where Kai saw these dogs, like you might see, some sea monsters or something like that, but like your mind and your being sets up these scenarios so that you can make a choice. Like when it comes down to me, when, like Kai said, when you're met with that barking in your head, where everything in you is telling you, okay, go the other way, there's a part of you that can investigate. And really, from what he said, you really heard him say, he sucked into his ego, but it was through love that he was able to rub these dogs' head and give them this food, So it's like, we really have the opportunity to absorb these things. Go ahead.
I'm back. The thought came back.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. So when we talk about death and rebirth, right? Because that's what we're talking about technically. This is a death and rebirth episode. Let's talk about the higher aspect and the higher self, because when Bakai was saying that the inner child, you determine how you want to go about that. My inner child was broken, messed up, trapped, scared, vulnerable, and also with a lack of trust, confused, angry, bitter. I had all these different areas. So my inner child needed something lit going on, something joyful. So I had to have fun with my inner child. I had to go buy a PS3. I had to go buy a PS1. I had to go buy a Super Nintendo. Me and my wife, we played Super Mario. I had to go buy some Nerf guns. I had to go, I had to go have fun. And so I had to go meditate. I had coming where I come from, meditation and doing all sorts of stuff I do now, that was lame as hell to me in my own perspective. So I had to do it, but guess what? In these processes of me doing things that were just lit and bringing joy to my life, I was actually elevating myself, and I was dying, and I was killing that. I wasn't dying, but I was killing that part of me that was stuck in anger, that was stuck in rage, that was stuck in pain. And I was killing that part of me and evolving that part of me, having the death and the rebirth through spending time with myself with joy. I think sometimes people look at shadow work and they get this stuff confused as if everything is balanced. Everything is about Ma'at, the divine feminine energy. Everything goes back to Ma'at. And so we are looking for that. We have to find balance, and that balance, joy and laughter. I watch all the old 90s sitcoms. I probably don't have no more to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my God is lit, because that's a part of me. You know what I'm saying? So my point of saying is that family, have balance. Use your discernment to know where you're at the current time and see what you need or what you desire. Sometimes you hear information and people like they put pressure on you because this is what they did. I don't give a damn what you did. You know what I'm saying? That was you. Give me the tools, and I like the tools in the sense of like the way that like there's a way to get through the path, but you can't tell me what's gonna happen on that path.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we all have different things happening, that happen to us. That's called everyday life. And like Julio said, these are lessons that we created for ourselves, for our evolution. But while we're going through these battles and these fights, this Immortal Kombat, you gotta balance yourself out with love, joy, strength. You know what I'm saying? Do exciting things, do things that actually make you happy. Do the things that people say, girl, you shouldn't do that, man, bro, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you do. I ain't do those things. Be in your inner child and in your imagination when it comes to having fun in your life. You know what I'm saying? That is going to unlock, because guess what? Now you can alchemize that energy. So you know what it feels like to alchemize pain, anger, rage, trauma. How does it feel to alchemize joy at its highest level? What will you create? What will you manifest? What you can manifest millions of dollars. What you can, I ain't gonna lie, with me in my life, I'm looking to manifest a baby. You know what I'm saying? Through this energy. Yeah. So, I'm just saying, it's all possible. Anything, because you are God and you can create anything. But I'm just saying that there's another cheat code is joy. Joy is a cheat code.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They don't promote joy where we from. Being joyful. If you see a nigga in the hood smiling, like, what's wrong with this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like just constantly like he weird. They don't think you weird. You smile too damn much around our people. Like,
nah, for real.
You know, like what that nigga on? Why he smiling at us like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm about to say, Brother Rich and I seen Brother Rich and Blue Pill. They about to do something called Gratitude. You know, I think I think later this week or something like that. But just that energy, you know, gratitude mixed with being glad. It's like that's really the energy we gotta have. And, you know, when it comes to our frequency, it's like we can get so wrapped up in thinking the frequency is all about the awareness of having this information. But it's like the frequency really comes from these feelings. Like you gotta feel it. Like you really gotta feel. You know, not only your emotions, but you got to feel your way into your manifestations. You know, I feel like that's something that's like, you know, not too often talked about, you know, with like things like the law of attraction and manifestation. It's like, you know, we think we just got to see it and then we can experience it. But you really got to, you know, draw it to you with the feeling of the emotion, you know, because that's really how you align with frequencies is through your emotion or your energy and motion. You know, it's hard to manifest something if you just visualize it, but you know, you feeling, you know, monotone, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna manifest this $1 million and it's gonna be amazing, you know, and that's how you're really feeling inside versus like, yo, I'm about to manifest $1 million, you feel me? And like you feeling all the emotions that come with that. You know, I feel like that's very important when it comes down to it.
I'm gonna be honest, it's the passion. To me, passion is a cheat code to ascension.
Yeah.
Like for us, and manifestation. When you passionate about something, that type of energy, that's when the church, in the church they get you, they tell you that you prayed for this, and it happened, this and that, like how it happened. No, what really happened is that your intention and your passion on that, and you channel that energy and you connected right directly with source, and it happened instantly. You know, and so that is the power that they're scared of us tapping into. That's why they push trauma, pain, rage, anger, killing music, separation. They push it because they're scared of us. If we come together on this frequency and learn how to manifest on that level, we can shift this whole reality. People think this type of stuff is impossible, but I mean, your outside will look totally different. If we all came together, we could shift this whole reality into something else. We could literally shift ourselves into a whole nother dimension. You see what I'm saying? And so family, it's cool to have a lot of information, but healing is key. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you are the power in information. So information has no power without you.
But let's be honest, you gotta go through your healing to be able to experience, you know, like coining that word again, gratitude, you know, mixing gratitude with just being glad. You know, a lot of the times you go out into the everyday world, like it's very rare that you bump into people who just have like a naturally upbeat and high vibrational energy. You know, most people are very, you know, are very not, if not mundane, they're very agitated, you know. So I feel like that really sets you apart when you allow your frequency to match, you know, your state of awareness, where not only are you constantly grateful and in a state of gratitude, but you know, you're constantly happy about that, you know, because when you go out into the world, you know, you don't really come across that frequency too often. People that are just happy to be alive, happy to be in your presence. They're just, you know, they're glad. You know, I feel like that's something that's slept on even in the spiritual community, is the ability to channel that energy.
Why are people not like that? Why are they like that? It's because of fear. The world operates on a fear-based frequency. You have to replace fear with love.
Gratitude, yes, sir.
I'll say.
Facts. Now I'm grateful that you brought up fear too, because that goes into my point when you're talking about balance. I'm grateful that you brought up that point as well, because when we get on this journey and we find out all the things that we are supposed to be doing and the things that we're supposed to leave alone, we do deprive a sense of our lower self and our lower nature and our shadow. You dig what I'm saying? Our shadow self really likes to do the things that we used to do as a child. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's when it was really in unison with thyself. You dig? Like, I remember when I was a child, I used to play with my shadow all day long. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there's power in the shadow. Like, and most people don't even know that. Like, that's really some ancient some ancient esoteric information, to whereas that's a whole nother being behind you. You dig what I'm saying? This is a whole nother right here that literally is conscious and communicate, and that project consciousness through. So when you're talking about balance, and when you get on this journey, it can't always be about high vibration and things like that. It's necessary to feed back into your lower nature. It's necessary to feed your ego, because they gonna get starved. They're gonna starve. You dig what I'm saying? How would you
look behind you? Look behind. Don't turn around. Just look in the camera behind you. What do you see?
Yeah. My shadow.
What do you see, my brother?
That's crazy.
I'm just.
Yo, and I was just, but that leads me to what I was about to say. But if you think about it, I'm pretty sure every one of us as a kid, you know, like Kai said, you probably played with your shadow, where there was a point where you look down and you're like, yo, like that's crazy. Like you start moving around, you watch how it follows you.
Yeah.
So like Kai said, it's like even as a kid, there was a point. I'm sure all of us were kind of like enamored with our shadow. And if you notice with your shadow, however you move, the shadow moves as well. So if you twist, if you lean back a little bit, your shadow might get huge. Or if you lean forward, your shadow might shrink down in size. You know, so it just goes to show. However, the light is being distorted will determine how big or how small your shadow is and how much you have to deal with your shadow. You know?
And honestly, bro, that was basically my point in saying that, and I think it's deep to that, because right now Kai is on here, he's projecting his light self, obviously right now, but right now in a metaphoric aspect, we can see his shadow is still with him.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You can see the balance and the duality.
It did peep though, like peep the angle. Like I'm this way, but my shadow was talking, you know what I'm saying, that way. I'm talking to your shadow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. I say
that's deep.
It's always a constant communication. You dig what I'm saying? Like
that's crazy, bro.
Also wanted to touch. I was speaking about the powerful emotions, like when you was talking about fear, right? One of the movies that show the transmutation of fear into a more powerful energy is Monsters Inc. That whole movie was surrounded behind different projections of other people's realities and their fears, and how the fear will siphon off the energy from the children. Then towards the end of the movie, they said, no, Mr. Water News, we ain't got no more. Then what they do, Mike Wazowski went and did stand-up, and he used the energy of laughter. So when you're talking about these powerful emotions and transmitting the energy through them, one of the most powerful emotions will be love. You know what I'm saying? Then under love, it will be joy. You know what I'm saying? Then gratitude, you dig? And then laughter, which is why they utilize laughter, because as soon as they made that child laugh, they in such a, like, y'all know when y'all was laughing a lot. You dig what I'm saying? You just trans like state to where you can't stop laughing. You start channeling. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when utilizing these energies and utilizing it in like a combat sense against your ego, because when you bring things to the heart space, and I know this based off experience, this is why I always, whatever I'm doing, whatever energy I'm alchemizing, they teach you to bring it to the heart space. You understand why to bring it to the heart space until you experience it for yourself. So when I was in meditation, I had anxiety a lot, right? Well, when I first started, and I would start to meditate, and my main focus was meditate. I didn't know nothing about nothing. The only thing I knew was to pray, fast, and meditate, because I was in the Bible. So all I did was meditate. And my main thing was to alchemize the energies of my anger and my anxiety, right? So as I'm alchemizing the energy of my anxiety and I'm doing diaphragmatic breathing, every time that I'm taking this breath in, wherever I will feel the anxiety in my body, which was around my heart space, I will take a deep breath in and breathe in all the energy, nature around me, all the love that I feel. And I will bring that in and center that around my heart space and allow that energy to drown out the anxiety or the fear or the depression, whatever the case may be. To whereas I remember this day clear, like this the last day where I like rid myself of anxiety, which it really didn't go nowhere. So I did this last diaphragmatic breath, and I let the energy sit on top of my heart space. And the heart space did something beautiful with my anxiety. It transformed it into something else. So as I exhaled that breath, I felt the anxiety leave my heart space. And then my whole body started vibrating. It literally started vibrating. And I couldn't see myself vibrating. My whole body started vibrating. And then I realized I was feeling the same energy that I was feeling from my anxiety around my aura. So like when I experience anxiety, I will feel like something bad is always happening to me, and it will feel like not a burning, but a cold burning, like it's being stretched, it's being pulled, and it's cold that it burns. That's what I will feel. And I felt that same energy around my aura, but I felt it in its dualistic nature. So I'm like, dang, what does this do? So the main reason why I wanted to get over my anxiety is I didn't like how when I went to public stores, I couldn't handle the energy. It was too heavy because I was an empath. So I'm like, all right, I got the perfect test. Let me go into Walmart because I know I don't like to be in there around all those other people energy. And when I walked into Walmart, I felt everybody energy, but not in the same way as I did when I didn't have anxiety alchemized.
Bro, that's
right?
When
I didn't have anxiety alchemized, facts. Like when I didn't have the anxiety alchemized, everybody's energy would just penetrate mine because I wasn't able to put anxiety in it. So when it's peeping all these different projections, you know what I'm saying, fight mode too. So I alchemize the energy and I go into Walmart, and like I said, I can feel everybody energy, but now I can choose what energy that I feel. So when you're dealing with your emotions and when you bring it to the heart space, it transforms it into something way more beautiful, whether it be hate, anger, anxiety, depression. You know what I'm saying? You feeling lonely. You bring that energy to the heart space and do something so beautiful for you, your physical avatar, your mental, physical, emotion. You dig what I'm saying?
Yo, that's deep. And I was gonna say real quick, it's crazy because I'm the same way, bro. And I first started realizing when I went to malls, as soon as I would step through the doors, it's just like my energy would just uptick crazy. And like you said, it's because of the empathy thing. Like you're taking in so many different frequencies at once that like that shit can be overwhelming. And it's deep you spoke on that, you know, because you really have to have something very similar to that to kind of, I guess, you know, protect yourself in a certain way, or to at least be able to maneuver through the energies, you know, in an intentional way. So I shaded that because I feel like people don't speak on that often, you know, when it comes to empaths. And, you know, whether it's Walmart or a mall, still sometimes to this day, if I'm not in my mind and intentional, when I walk in, it's almost like as I can feel it, like it's palpable in my body, where it feels like I just go, it's like I'm just perceiving way too much at one time, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what's going on? You know, but it's crazy.
Yeah, like
it took me years to even realize what was happening.
Like when I first started meditating, I was watching this anime called Hunter x Hunter, and they was utilizing their energy, their aura control. So that's what I was practicing. I would meditate. I would practice expanding and contracting my aura. So when I went into the store, whenever I forget to, because I always keep my aura expanded when I'm in nature, so I can feel everything. But when I go into closed places, I have to remember to close and bring my aura into contraction and closer to me, so I'm not tapping into everything.
So pick this out. So, so everything you're saying, once again, divine movement. So I'm very Julio said I'm the same way, very highly empathic, and you have to figure out how to handle your gift and control your gift. And so if you don't do that, it's kind of like I think it was Flash. I don't remember the person's name who the villain per se was, but they had a power where they could invoke thoughts of fear, but they're based off your own memories, or invoke thoughts of grieving.
Like Scarecrow. Scarecrow.
I don't remember, but they get power based off of those, kind of like Monsters Inc. You know, but they get their power based off of that, but they're doing it through mind control. And it's an empathic ability used again. It's almost
it's like Inception, where they could project thoughts, and you know
exactly.
in Inception they was putting it in people's dreams. But I've always had an intuitive knowing that, and I've actually done it a couple times in life where you project a thought into somebody and they might speak on it. You know, that's a real thing.
No, we do that all day telepathically.
Yeah,
you know. But my point in saying it though is that if you go in a room with these energies and you're not able to really alchemize it and do all that, then I've been in situations where I went in rooms and people was angry or hurt or felt some type of way, and I go home and I'm projecting that energy like, I'm like, what the fuck? I was just good, bro. I was just good. And I'm feeling the type of way. Now I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that same mind control trick like on the show. So it is imperative that we actually put in the work and that we balance out ourselves and we learn our gifts, and that we protect our energy. You know what I'm saying? And also another way to protect your energy is I connect with crystals on a very high level, and so to each his own. Your relationship and the power that happens with your crystals is based off of your intention and how you charge them and what you do with your crystals. Yeah. I treat crystals like psychedelics, and psychedelics I talk to them. I tell them what I desire, what I want. I show gratitude. I also show gratitude, to my ancestors, to the universe, to anything that put into the work to create this energy to feed me. And I study and I fully understand the power of what this can do so I can alchemize it. You see what I'm saying? And so I wear certain crystals when I go certain places. I went to Texas, you know what I'm saying? I keep my firearm on me everywhere I go, but in Texas, the little CCW situation is still in the process, so I wasn't able to take my firearm. But like I said in the song with me and Kai, you know what I'm saying? These crystals, I'm rocking the AK. You know what I'm saying? And so that protection, and so we can connect with certain crystals that we actually connect with and that resonate with us. We can charge them with our energy and meditation. We can charge them in the sun. First and foremost, we want to charge them in the sun. We want to charge it in meditation. And I like to charge my crystals and put them on while they're still hot. Might sound crazy because, they get real hot in the sun. I like to put them on while they're still hot. And it's just like it just do something, and then I meditate, have like my do breath work. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that that's giving me like some type of upgrade, and it's like a relationship where I'm merging because I am a crystal. So being that I am a crystal, and that we are more of a crystal, like a quartz. We're more like a quartz crystal where we receive all the information and we just, so
it's like wearing clothes right out the dryer. You feel me?
Right, exactly. You
can't beat that.
We're almost like big aura quartz, which is my favorite crystal. This is an aura quartz. An aura quartz is a quartz infused with gold. But gold is an infuser of energy. So we are like the aura quartz. And it's deeply, it's called aura quartz. And we're talking about the aura. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I would just say, like I said, with me personally, even somebody asked me, how do you astral travel? I said, man, truthfully, I did it on accident multiple times, me and my goddess. But at this point, and I told different people, that amethyst, man, charging the amethyst and connecting with that amethyst, specifically the African amethyst, not the Brazilian amethyst. It's Brazil, where's the other one from? But tapping in with the African amethyst under your pillow, resting with it, and connecting with it before you do, it has made it easier for me to astral travel, and so when we astral travel, I look at astral traveling as a part of healing as well, and a part of Immortal Kombat, because if you remember what happened, then you're coming back with information, from an infinite place. You're coming back from an infinite place, coming back to this reality with infinite information, which is making you immortal in this reality. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. I'm grateful that you brought up crystals too, because like as I continue to use crystals, because I am a crystal child, so crystals have been heavily prevalent throughout my journey. Like I even remember when I was a child, my grandma, my grandpa, they had these specific type of lamps, and they had like these plastic crystal like jewelry on them. You dig what I'm saying? To make them look decorative. And I would steal them off the dang light because I was so infatuated with crystals. I didn't know why. I remember I was standing, I used to be a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sonic to get him more powerful, he had to collect the Chaos Emeralds, right?
Oh yeah.
I was outside the window one day. And I seen this gold flicker in the grass. I was lit. I ran outside so fast. I thought it was a Chaos Emerald. I thought it was going to be like Sonic. And I got close to it. It was a Twix wrapper. But when I got there, like upset or mad or anything like that, because it allowed me to tap into the energy of that crystal. How me thinking I seeing the Chaos Emerald, I'm about to get real powerful. I'm about to get real strong. So utilizing y'all crystals, y'all have to understand that how you are, or your own being and your conscious, so are they. You dig what I'm saying? They like to be respected. They like to interact with you in the same way you interact with your mom or your dad. You dig what I'm saying? So when I utilize my crystals, especially now, what it really helped me is understanding that they're their own sovereign beings, and that if they have a consciousness, that means I don't necessarily ask the crystal to do what it needs to do for me. I'm more so and manifesting crystal. Teach me how you help me to tap into the frequency of love. Can you teach me how you stay grounded within yourself, being a crystal, and how the crystal ward off negative energies? Can you help me to tap into my intuition by you being the amethyst? You dig what I'm saying? And when you wear these crystals, it should more so be a reminder that you are literally making that energetic cord between the consciousness of the crystal and the energy that it gives off, so you can embody that energy within yourself. And it's the same thing when with the ego. You dig what I'm saying? Throw some crystal on your ego. Ego, embody this rose quartz. You dig what I'm saying? Embody this. You tripping today. You dig what I'm saying? Because
that's crazy. Because I'm over here holding a rose quartz.
Yeah, and I got one on my neck.
I'm about to say I'm over here holding the joint the whole time.
Yeah, man. So like when dealing with crystals like rose quartz and amethyst, these crystals that are that deal with chakras, right? Well, you have to understand that they also transmute energy in a different way, which is why they're so effective. Shungite transmutes dark matter or chaos or negative energy differently than a rose quartz does or amethyst does. So shungite or something like black obsidian or a tourmaline or something like that might absorb the energy, but what a crystal like rose quartz or amethyst will do, it will take that energy and it will make it to something better. You dig what I'm saying?
It's
make it into something completely better. So when utilizing y'all crystals, especially the higher ones and things like that for protection, that's also powerful as well. Because let's say somebody is projecting let's say your own ego is projecting negativity into you. Now you're able to take that negativity, instead of absorbing it this time, you can take that negativity and mold it into something new and throw it back at the ego like, I just, you know what I'm saying, catch this love bomb. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, shungite is very powerful, family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at shungite, I don't know if people are aware of what shungite really is, but I look at shungite as one of the most powerful crystals for protection. And it's not just protection in the spiritual realm, it's also protection EMF and many things like that. You know, I keep shungite and orgonite in front of all my electronics, my TV, pyrite as well. I keep pyrite, like different parts of my house, my router and different, but tap into these things because y'all, we gotta understand when we're at home, so we meditate. This is where we do all these things. So you want to make sure that your home is draining you of less energy as possible. Yes. And also not blocking the connection. You know what I'm saying? And shungite is very powerful. My favorite crystal is actually black obsidian. Number one.
And that's why. Yeah, like that's why I had spoke on that too, because like when you're able to tap into the crystal in such a way where you're not only pulling information from the crystal, but the crystal is pulling information from you as well to help you tap into itself more. You know what I'm saying? You're able to utilize the properties within yourself because you programmed yourself for your crystalline structure with the same programming that crystal has. So I'm grateful that you spoke on shungite too and the EMF, because that's something I've been tapping into my scientific or mad scientist like mindset. That's one thing that really has helped me personally on my journey, is when somebody gives information, my first thing is, if it resonates, okay, that's cool, but I'm still gonna take. You know what I'm saying? The best thing, that's for the best thing for me to tap into the energies to test whatever somebody is talking about on me. So I came into the knowledge that shungite does block EMF frequency, but I also utilize the aspect of crystals when I asked the crystals to teach me how you transmute EMF frequency. So I was doing that with my shungite, and as I was doing that, I began to keep my phone, you know what I'm saying, hold my phone or meditate, even just with my phone near me. And by me asking the crystals to teach how to transmute EMF frequency the same way that you do, I'm now able to have my phone for long, extensive time and not feel the drainage or not feel my energy being sucked, because I understand I have the most powerful molecule in this realm that is able to transmute any energy, any wavelength, any spectrum of light, and transmute it into something better and then revert it back to its original form. And that's called neuromelanin. So I was tapping into the consciousness of that crystal to tap into the consciousness of my melanin in order to transmute anything. You're able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then couple that with combating your ego. You understand that anything your ego can throw at you is coming right back like a boomerang, and something better to help them be their most infinite self as well.
You know, it's deep, bro, when it comes to that cell phone. There's duality in all things. So we got this AI, this phone, and you talking about this EMF that's being emitted, but you're also tapping into the crystal, the quartz that's in the phone. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
The higher self of the phone. You know, so yeah, oh man, that's very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
I say.
Somebody in the chat mentioned that labradorite too. That's one of my personal favorites. Labradorite. That's I seen labradorite called the magician stone, but I think somebody said something about astral projection. In my opinion, labradorite is a good one for astral projection. And he worked with the third eye. And
information. Oh man, like I said, pulling information down for real, for sure.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Labradorite looks like a magician stone. That's one of the coolest looking stones.
That's the crystal that they had in Dragon Tales.
Ooh,
labradorite.
Okay.
Man, what?
Yeah.
that was my favorite show, bro. That was my favorite show. I swear.
Yeah.
I had to go rewatch an episode of that show recently just to tap back into that frequency.
Exactly.
Damn, I ain't seen that in a minute, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I would say, you know, in my opinion, because obviously we talking healing as well and all that. Number one healing crystal, in my opinion, is malachite. And it's obviously green too, tap into that green frequency. But malachite has we got one malachite necklace, because it's hard to find malachite. To be honest, like real malachite. We got one malachite necklace in my home, and it has been passed back and forth between me and my goddess in different situations and times, different spiritual awakenings and different healing processes and different shadow work processes. But
that's deep.
Malachite, because malachite, I was talking about the heart space, you know, the green and the pink, but to connect with your heart space, you don't just go to blissfulness. You have to connect with the green aspect of it, which is like the pain, there's a dark side of the heart, which is the green aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? It's also where you manifest. You know, the part of your heart space where you manifest. You know what I'm saying? Love, when you get into the pink aspect of it, the rose quartz aspect of it, you're living in the present. But in the green aspect, you are putting in the work to manifest to get to that present place. And so that green malachite definitely helps a lot.
That's deep. That's deep, especially when you equate it to the chakras too. You did.
I say,
when you dealing with the heart chakra, it does deal with the color green. But when we think of the color green, we think of nature. And what chakra does nature deal with, or Earth deal with? That deals with the root chakra. So when you begin to tap into that green energy of the heart chakra, you're gonna have to go back through the root or go back through the Earth energy. You dig what I'm saying? And bring it back up to bring it back to the pink energy, which will be in your higher energetic body. You dig what I'm saying? That pink energy that's about, as far as the heart space, that exists in one of the higher chakras that exists in one of your energetic bodies that you're supposed to bring down and anchor into this body and have layered with that green. So they're spectralizing or projecting their light through each other. You dig what I'm saying?
The heart has to be balanced, has to be grounded. You know, that's hard. You know, so honestly, you know, I feel like this subject has been and will be a continuous subject that we will speak on. And like Julio said, Shadow Work Sundays, that's what every episode is essentially. And so I want to transition real quick to letting you guys know something. We're talking about frequency. We're talking about, you know, this Immortal Kombat. And so music has been a big part of, they've been using music against us to control us and to keep us stuck in a certain place and to stop us from evolving. And so me, Julio, and Kai are actually about to launch a new podcast. So obviously, Shadow Work Sundays, we're gonna keep it rocking every Sunday. But now, every Friday, we will be live, and it's called Intergalactic Radio Podcast. And so, on this podcast, we will be playing high vibrational music, decoding high vibrational music, bringing on high vibrational artists, showing love to artists. So if you're an artist, tap in with us. You know, I don't care if we talking poetry, we talking art, whatever it is. But this Friday, so this is the first time we announced that we really haven't even really put out too much promo. But on Friday, so go subscribe. The YouTube page is already up right now. Intergalactic Radio Podcast. If you got music that you want to, you know, get played on the radio, on the podcast, email us or should I say inbox us for now, and then we'll on the first episode we'll hit y'all and let y'all know what the email is to send in music. But it's time to take over. You know, 2/23/2023. It's all about the high vibrations, and so music is the number one thing that they're doing against us. You feel me? So y'all get ready. You know, it's up.
Yes, man. Like I'm definitely excited for that because I know it's a lot of us out here looking for a different genre of music that's equated to our journey. You dig? This is what we're gonna help to bring out. You dig? That whole different frequency where you literally feeling your chakras being fine-tuned by the different beats and the frequencies and the words that people are speaking over a beat. You dig? Like it's definitely gonna be powerful. Like gonna be breaking down all types of information throughout the songs. And even bringing in, like he said, different artists and things like that. Whether you be you make music or you do poetry or you do regular art, whatever the case may be, we're gonna give y'all a chance share y'all gifts and help alchemize y'all energy with everybody else to help spark those seeds. You know what I'm saying, and help have those neutron bursts within yourself.
I say, yeah. So that will be I want to confirm what time we say. Is it 4 p.m. PST? I think it's 4 p.m. PST.
It might be. You know, it's different my time.
So like I said, we'll keep y'all posted. Y'all just be on the lookout. But really, we'll have the first episode uploaded, so you can go subscribe, and then you'll get the notification. I'm about to put it up on the screen right now. The title of the show. You know, so there we go, right there. Intergalactic Radio Podcast, live in effect. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, you know, so don't, you know, at the end of the day, family, it's a party. You know what I'm saying? It's a high vibrational party. You know, we're about to get lit. You know, Shadow Work Sundays, we got the vibe over here. It's gonna be totally different. We're gonna get lit. It's gonna be like a high vibrational party. So get ready on Fridays. We turning up with the Soul Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Putting out them vibrations, and we'll also be creating a playlist. So every song on that episode will be a playlist on that YouTube, so y'all can be vibing to it all weekend, or you know what I'm saying. But just kind of we want to be that portal of another option. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you don't know where to get high vibrational music, or you in between that battle, here we go. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Yeah, I say. Also, Kai, man, if you can let the family know, man, let everybody know just all your social medias and you know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff, bro. Where people can follow you and just let them know so they can connect.
Yeah, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Patreon is all Ak Khalil, AKH space KALEL. My Instagram Khalil, but it's AHKALEL. But yeah, y'all can find me on TikTok. I'll be on TikTok going crazy, man, every day.
It's a fact.
So, quick question, family: money for what exactly? Because the podcast, and if you want to send in music, that's all free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't no charge for that. You know, we will be having music review contests and things of that sort, and then we might, do like a little charge for that so we can pay the winner. But yeah, other than that, no, we just spreading the vibration. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know if the music you listen to or the singing bowls at 432 hertz or 440. So the singing bowl that was played at the beginning of the episode is tuned to the heart chakra. It is actually at 432 hertz. Heart chakra singing bowl. And when it comes to the music, sound like it. I say. When it comes to the music, yeah, we tapping in. You know what I'm saying? The music will be tuned to 432 hertz. And to be real with you, when it comes to high vibrational music, if you get a beat on YouTube and you put them high vibrations on it, that vibration is what vibration you're operating on. So all the beats that I get or music that me and Kai got on this project are not 432 hertz. I'm pretty sure 90% of most artists putting out music right now, all the beats are not 432 hertz, but it's about we are the frequency. You know what I'm saying? I actually operate and live my life at 432 hertz. I live and project love and hold people accountable through my heart space. So everything we do, it's almost like, you don't have to try to be high vibration when you are high vibration.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like then you even got to think about when people say I love that song, like even if it's being played at a lower hertz like 440, how is people saying that they love that song if the frequency from that song is altering their frequency? It's because either the artist is tapping into the frequency as their words are that powerful. You dig what I'm saying? But despite what frequency is being played at, you still can tap into the heart space of other people based off of your intention behind what you're putting out. You dig what I'm saying? So it's definitely imperative to understand that and feel when you listening to music as well. Like that's the main thing for me. Like throughout my whole journey, I always feel before I do anything. I feel before I see. I feel before I touch. I feel before I need to feel the energy to know what it really is at its core.
Sure.
Thanks. I say. So y'all go subscribe, family. Once again, much gratitude. And then also, if you're looking to do a podcast, inbox me. I get you right. You know what I'm saying? Got a few packages. All you gotta do is show up. That's what it's about. We like I said, it's a takeover. So we gotta be putting these messages out here. Also, if you want to be a special guest on Shadowwork Sundays, inbox me. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? We're not over here on the clout and the numbers, and you gotta have our income. None of that. We focus on the heart space.
Come as you are.
Exactly. So
exactly.
So I think we finna. I'm looking for this certain record. We gotta go out with a bang after this one. So I'm looking for this certain song real quick that I can drop in the live real quick so we can. Oh yeah, Julio, do you remember the exact time, bro, that we said that we're going live every Friday on Intergalactic Radio?
Ooh,
We've seen it a few times.
We had said, I thought we said like 6 my time, 6 East Coast time, which I think would be like 4 your time.
4, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So 4 p.m. Oh no, it's so therefore it's 5 p.m. PST. There we go.
Okay, bad.
Yeah. So sorry about that, family, but to clear it up, we'll be live on the Intergalactic Radio podcast page every Friday Well, maybe 2 Fridays a month starting out. But definitely this coming up Friday on the 23rd at 5 p.m. PST.
Yes, sir.
All right. And real quick too, in the chat, Nicole, you said some singing bowls give me a headache. That means it's working. You dig what I'm saying? That means it's working. It's stimulating
right.
some type of uncomfortable situation, so it can spring forth a blowhole, so that energy can to get transported out of you, so you're able to receive more energy in. So that just means it's working. It's clearing out the block or wherever you feel it at body. So keep listening to it.
Yeah.
That's that's deep, bro. Yeah, it's like I said, it means it's working. Oh man, I love
just
it,
like
bro.
if you lift
I
weights,
love this job, man. Exactly. You know, that's how you know you're doing it right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's creating that pressure.
So this record I'm about to play, for those that've been around from the beginning of Shutterwork Sundays on Instagram and all that, and when we first got on here, this is the original Shutterwork Sundays song. And the song is called Shadowwork. Yeah, and I feel like this is a good record so I was doing Shadowwork on this record, deep Shadowwork on this record. And so it's an example of the process of shadow work, but it's also an example of the power of using your gift during your passion, tap into your passions and shadow work. It's very important. So let's get it.
Shadow work. See it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work. See it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust. Sit back and play the victim. I ain't right for such and such. Bringing peace to my mind is defined as giving up. Mirror gazing, you got different faces, I can't erase it. Most valuable lesson, love can be used as manipulation. Tired of holding it in, I'm testifying my tribulation. I did some things and said some things I shouldn't when trying to face it. Meditate, channel my spirit and feel my soul. I can see everything when my eyes closed. Got tired of crying and took a different approach. I'm sitting alone as I write myself this note. Who can talk to me? It's hard to explain how I feel. You know, telepathy. Who really gonna step with me? Love is loyalty.
Shadow work. See it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work. See it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my anger issues, knowing where I got it from. I bring up the problem, all of a sudden I'm not your son. Cut me off so fast, now you see where I got it from. Now you see where I got it from. Neglected as an adolescent, streets felt like a blessing. You talk real, but when I was on lock-in, write a mess. You so hard, you so fraud, putting your hands on the adolescent. I'm scarred in my heart, I feel the distance, you in religion. Can't talk to you about what I believe, cause I'm not a Christian. If you open your mind, you will see it's a whole agenda. The sun is wise, put the hate aside. Stop making me smile and see my broken eyes. Face what I had to face, it's all a bunch of lies. Difference between us, I won't compromise. I see the true colors, I used to be colorblind. Used to be colorblind.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears.
You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real.
Man, what's real? Yeah, I felt led to play that record tonight, man.
Man,
Nah,
that ain't
that's-
one of the most powerful. All I could envision was working out to that song or just doing something to that song, bro. That shit just that's
That's a
powerful.
throwback too.
That song
Like
make you
King
want to get
said,
up and move, man.
that's how we used to open every episode. I haven't heard that in a while, so that was
I don't know.
Yeah.
Might have to bring that mug back. I don't know. But yeah, you know, but
Definitely got
deep
to.
shadow work, you know, that was me in that process, you know what I'm saying? Digging deep, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta be vulnerable with our passions in shadow work, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of that tough guy, get rid of the ego, get rid of the what they think, and you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a place, the most comfortable way the way you're gonna be comfortable in this place is not caring what anybody think. Not even yourself. Just be. You know what I'm saying? Be present, be one, be whole, be love, be rage, be chaos, be balance. Our shadows are here for a purpose, you know, and my shadow has actually is my protector. You know what I'm saying? I go hard. My shadow, I know I'm connected with my shadow on a high level. And so when you're not connected with your shadow, you're in fear. When you connect with your shadow, you're equipped. It's easy because now, you know, you have both sides. So now you know. So what if I had multiple situations that happened to me in Texas where I had to show compassion to someone that I didn't like before I came to Texas. And that compassion created the opportunity to drop divine information. And it was like, yo, this is deep. I walked away with so much gratitude. I was like, man, bro, I ain't trying none of that, bro. Like, what you talking? What's up? You want to know how to meditate? I got you, bro. Like,
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's the balance, because if I didn't merge with my shadow and know my chaos energy, I wouldn't know how to sit my chaos energy down and say, nah, I know you used to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, love gotta
Playboy. Relax, Playboy.
Exactly.
I say.
Exactly.
I'll show you.
Yeah, man. That's why it's definitely imperative to stay aware. Like I know, like when we go through these with the ego and these different combative situations and thought in our mind, it's kind of overwhelming. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're not really used to hearing more than one voice in your mind. Now you're hearing a whole bunch of them all beefing with each other. You dig? So awareness is very, very intrinsic. When you're able to be aware of how many different aspects you are talking, you dig? When you're able to be aware of how your ego talks or how your ego handles situations, how you handle situations, then you can take a whole different approach. You dig what I'm saying? Because you already experienced it while you're experiencing it. That's what awareness allows you to do. Experience the experience while you're experiencing it. So it's always a constant level of growth throughout the situation. And that's how I'll be getting through my situations of when someone projects something onto me or anything like that. I'm always constantly staying aware of the experience while I'm experiencing it, so that I can literally mold how I want the experience to go. So if I know if I'm gonna get into a specific talk with somebody and I know they get to talking like this, and you know what I'm saying, I'm already aware of that. So now I'm gonna set the intention using one of my emotional bodies called the intention body to mold that situation how I want the talk to go, how I want the shadow work to go with my ego, how I want it to go whenever I experience anything that puts me out of body or puts alignment. I know how to stay grounded when I get pushed off. See, that's the thing. When we get pushed, we want to instantly run and push somebody else back. But sometimes we need to get pushed and stand there and realize why we just got pushed. You dig what I'm saying? We always constantly trying to right back to sit there and ask like, dang, ego, why you just say that? You know what I'm saying? Dang,
Never mind. That reminds me of a quote I live by. That reminds me of a quote I live by.
Definitely.
You change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Change your perspective. The whole script will flip. You dig? So that's powerful. That's super powerful.
Exactly.
I'll say the key to this whole thing is perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Awareness,
exactly. No facts. Everything starts with awareness. Truthfully, on this journey, it's awareness makes it fun. You know what I'm saying? Awareness makes the journey fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
definitely.
But yeah, let me see. Let me put this back up here on the screen. Well, I'll bring it back at the end, right before we close out. I'm gonna go on and get into the God Energy promo real quick, and then we're finna get ready to rock out.
Shake.
Affirmations daily, you should join it. Love is the vibe and we own it. The universe been talking to the chosen. The universe been talking to the chosen. God energy. Everything inside of me, feel the free.
Order your God Energy apparel now at GodEnergyLLC.com. Peace.
God energy. Everything inside of me, you feel the frequency.
I say. Big energy. You already know the vibes, family. So go tap in, on the vibes. You know what I'm saying? To support the high vibrational apparel. It is definitely heart chakra energy attire. You know what I'm saying? And this is actually called Love is the Vibe. It's going to be many different categories or many different versions that I'm going to create. But this one right now, we're on this love frequency. So,
and I can confirm.
Yeah.
I can confirm that love is indeed a vibe.
Oh yeah,
that had to be said.
And that's the thing too. Like when we're wearing clothes, like that's why I love, clothing brands from our people, especially when they tapped in with themselves, because you tap into clothes in a whole different frequency. Just if you program your water, you're writing words on the water bottle. It's the same way you can program your fit by wearing clothes, certain affirmations on them, like love is the vibe, you know what I'm saying, or knowledge is power, or I am that I am. These things program your genetic structure to really embody that energy. Like if I was to throw on a specific set of clothing, I'm embodying that energy. That's why I always wear black. You dig what I'm saying? Because to me, that represents ether, limitlessness, unboundedness. You dig what I'm saying? The vast void of everything and nothing all at the same time. So I'm always able to be in that space because that's the energy or see that I'm embodying when I'm wearing clothes. So because it's intention based. You dig what I'm saying? It's intention based, and it literally helps you to tap into the frequency with whatever program that's on it.
It's funny. I was in Texas. I was hot at times, but I was like, I'm not taking it off. I'm not even taking it off. I'm not taking it off. Everywhere I go, love is the vibe, God energy. Everywhere it was like it felt like it almost felt like I said, on my guy. I feel like a sheet. I was tapping like this. I'm out here. I got it. This is what I mean. So it's very powerful, as you said, like the intention,
the extension of your aura.
Yes, exactly. Man. Like everything that I wear is intentional. You dig what I'm saying? Like in a way that I really just gained a new perspective on it. I was out on a little family trip with my moms, my sisters, and my nephew. And my mom, she was wearing all red this day, and she was just like, my mom was going back and forth joking why. She was like, why you got on this red? You know what I'm saying? Because my mom, she was acting real rambunctious that day. You dig what I'm saying? She was still normal, but she was really rambunctious that day. My sister was like, why you acting like you know what I'm saying? You so hard today. You this, you that. And me just playing around, I said it's probably because she got all that red on, and then it clicked. I'm like, wow, color really has that much of an effect on you, especially by the utilizing. She was straight embodying root chakra energy, but in the most harmonized state though, because tapping into that energy, she's being playful with it. You dig what I'm saying? It was fun. So and definitely like when you utilizing clothes and you know what I'm saying, things aspect, you really tap into the frequency and the energy of it.
I don't know what keep going on,
Yeah.
but you know how I am. I'm in tune. I catch stuff. Synchronicity is again. I'm wearing all red right now, and and
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah, baby. Think about
with
that.
with the root chakra energy, obviously I'm in a place of I just got back home today, like at 3 o'clock this rising, so I'm in a place of getting grounded. I'm off tomorrow. Me and my guy, we off tomorrow, so I'm in a ground. So that's deep.
Speaking of synchronicity
And that's
with the
it.
clothes, I think you and Kai are playing a little something with this green and red. Holiday season coming up. Y'all left me out the loop. Y'all over here looking like, you feel me? Y'all try to leave me off the memo. And Kai's like, I'm fucking around.
No, but look though. Like if you pay attention to our energy throughout the whole live, he was King Manifest was embodying more of that red energy, but in its harmonized state. I was embodying more of the green energy in the harmonized state, and then you was embodying that purplish, pinkish crown chakra cosmic information. Because I'm sitting there like, damn, Julio wasn't talking like this last live. I'm like, damn, he really channeling this live.
If you put us all side by side, we out here looking like the Italian flag right now.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But no cap, and it's deep, like you said. How the mentality is always there with the color psychology, even when we don't think we're aligning with it. Clearly we still are. So that's deep. That's very powerful. Because I didn't even notice King the whole time that you were wearing red, even as he was saying that. Like I didn't even register to me until you highlighted. I'm like, damn, bro does have on red the whole time. Yeah. So that's deep. Always in alignment.
Yeah, it is. It's always about that.
And then like one more thing I do want to touch on. No, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Are you good?
All right, yeah. So one more thing I did want to touch on is when you utilizing colors or anything for that matter, when you tap into that inner child space, as King Manifest was talking about, he's in this inner child space when he got on this red. That's very, very because your inner, like if you wanted to align it or do it, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will tell you, you got to do this chakra alignment class. You got to do this. You got to do that. All these complex things. But you ask a child, hey, you tell a child you got chakra colors, root red, sacral orange, yellow, so on and so forth. A child gonna be like, oh, okay, I got that. Then the child gonna figure out like, man, I don't know, my root chakra feeling a little bit out of alignment today. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they know the chakras equate to colors, so they know to align chakras. You just tap into the color. So that whole day, the child might be color. You dig what I'm saying? They were playing with their red card. You dig? So that's also another way to get yourself in alignment as well, using colorology, is thinking about it in a childlike aspect. If you want to align the chakra, you ain't got to do all that extra stuff. Put on the color. Look at it, stare at it for a little bit.
I'm thinking about a day, right? Me and my goddess, the day I told you about the VR thing, she had put on a red shirt. And I had the red sweats, the same red sweats I got on right now. I had the red sweats. I was gonna wear the red sweats that day. It was my plan, like that I was gonna wear that day. And she had a red shirt on, but I hadn't put my sweats on. I said, no, take that red off. We're not wearing red today. And I'm not even like knowing really why I said that. I said we weren't green. And we both wore green. And what's deep is that we wore green the day before. So, but I was saying that it felt like we're not supposed to wear red right now. And like I said, we was going to go have fun, and it was probably like we had a good time at the different times with family while we was out there. You know how I get with family, little kickbacks and stuff, kicking with the fam. But that was the highlight of our trip. And Spirit was like, "No, you're not finna." We could have gotten into an argument. Anything could have happened with us both wearing red at that time on our way, driving on the highway, doing all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like, nah, put that green on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? You know what's deep too? Like, and I've long realized this, bro. I've never in my life owned like a red shirt or like red shoes. I don't even think I own a piece of red, bro. I've never worn red, and I don't even have an aversion to the color red, but I've always just found it odd that like I can't bring myself to wear red for some reason, and I never have been able to. It's like I always attribute it to like maybe I just don't like the color red. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I'll do hints of red here and there, but like all red shoes or all red shirt, it just don't feel me. You feel me?
But that's how I grew up. People would tell you I wear my hood red, black, white, and gray. Okay. Period to the core. And red my favorite color. Red my goddess favorite color. I'm one of the people you talking about wearing all red shoes, red bandana, red. read everything. Like, what is wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, super. And when I came into the spiritual aspect of my spiritual awakening, I couldn't wear red at all. I hated red. And then because I thought red was my favorite color, and it really wasn't. It was just I was an angry being. I lived in aggression. I lived in, as King Cross, I said, I'm the voice in the wilderness. I embodied pain and trauma. That was who I was. So I was that red energy, but I wasn't. I was only that through trauma. When I went through my spiritual awakening, started healing myself, I realized, damn, my favorite colors are actually gold, green, and purple. And so I'm like, dang, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, today red is actually now, since I know and I detached from red as being like this aggressive energy and this trauma, now today red is utilized as grounding. And as like Bro said, as my inner child is actually being able to just kind of I'm in a free place. To be real, Julio will tell you, I'm real big on notes. Julio, I got 3 lines in my notes. that don't happen.
Gas.
Bro, it don't happen, but tonight we here, we grounded, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's beautiful, family, because the key to life, I don't know if y'all seen the movie, the show The Matrix, not The Matrix, Manifest, but this show is very powerful for the synchronicities, and the show, I already paid attention to synchronicities, but the show made me look at every little thing now in life. And that's a part of the cheat code, family. Pay attention to what happens in your life, and pay attention to how when you do this, what happens when you do this, or when you know what I'm saying, like, because those are the cheat codes. The cheat code is that when you had a great day, what did you do? I'm gonna do that again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The cheat code is I was broken and I ended up smiling, and through that I got myself through the situation. What was the formula? I'm gonna do that again. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm just talking now, bro. I'm just going.
That's why that's why I speak on like these things that people talk about that they think is like they're not supposed to be doing, like things like overthinking, right? People think overthinking is bad. You shouldn't overthink. Well, when I tapped into me overthinking, me having anxiety and things like that, like I said, I was experiencing the experience while I was studying it, studying me overthinking while I overthink. And I came to a point where on my journey where I realized overthinking has allowed me to tap into all the limitless possibilities of any experience. So let's just say if I go outside and I'm riding a bike or something, and as I get into that trance-like state while I'm riding a bike, I'm riding a bike, I'm on a mountain, I see myself riding a bike, I'm going down the hill, I see myself on a motorcycle, I see myself on a flying bike, I see myself on a bike that just got hit by a car. I'm seeing all these different things happen. So when you're able to tap into yourself and overthink and you're just tapping into all these different realities that are existing. Now you're able to sit back and analyze all these different realities that are existing and see which experience that you're visualizing and experiencing within your mind and align it with the one that you are in right now. And because that you're already aware of what you're experiencing, as far as you overthinking in that experience that you're in, now you know how to alchemize the situation that you are in because you already experienced it. So when you look at things like overthinking, things like having anxiety or things like having depression, you have to flip the spectrum or flip your perspective on it and see how you can alchemize it into utilizing it for liberation of yourself and helping everybody else in unison, in a collective way.
I see. Yeah, I like that, man. We just had a little, just a little breakdown on the psychological aspect of colors. You know what I'm saying? And that is actually, that's definitely divine because that's a part of the Immortal Kombat as well. When you walk out the door, all day you're seeing colors, so you're being manipulated. So either you're going to be able to, alchemize those colors into into chakras, into energy, into life force, or you're going to be manipulated by the colors and the sound frequencies and that are being emitted towards you. So very, very, very powerful. So I just put the podcast back up again, because we lit. I definitely want y'all to tap in with us. Like I said, we'll be pushing out some promo this week. And once again, be on the lookout for that 223. We got a mixtape coming. Me and Kai It will be on YouTube on the Intergalactic Podcast as in a playlist, and also it'll be on SoundCloud. And we working maybe on getting it on some other platforms, but right now those are the two places that we'll have it. So definitely be on the lookout. And also, as far as throughout the week, y'all tap in with Shadowwork Sundays Telegram or Shadowwork Sundays 555. Well, so we tap in with the tribe. So if you need anything throughout the week, we do one-on-ones. So you can inbox us as well, and we'll set up a one-on-one with you, or you can join Telegram and just connect with the community and the tribe. We can have a one-on-one as a tribe. Sometime I might not respond, Julio may not respond, but one of the tribe will respond and have an answer. We all connected, so definitely go tap in with Telegram as well. Trying to see if I'm missing anything. Now, and we have a special guest. I don't know if y'all know who Adamus is. She's a very powerful goddess, an elder out in the community. She's been on a lot of different platforms, but we're starting the year off with her. So y'all do not want to miss the New Year's episode, January 1st. It's going to be very powerful, for real. We're gonna sit back and let the elders just give us the game. It's gonna be one of them type of episodes. So yeah. Peace to the Soul Tribe. We love you. We'll see y'all again next Sunday. Y'all know the vibes.
Yes, sir.
Peace, family.
Peace.
My third eye's open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah.
Guy done been through enough, I would say. Energy different, the frequency change. My third eye is open, I don't see the same. I am not playing, I don't rap in the game. I am my affirmation manifest.
My third eye's open, I can see past the commotion. I can't get lost in the moment. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen. Higher dimensions we going. Yeah. My third eye open, I can see past the commotion. Yeah. I live on the side with the chosen.